Hi there, students. Okay, in this video I'm going to look at the words inhibit, exhibit, prohibit and adhibit. Okay, to inhibit means to hinder, to restrain, to suppress, to hold in check. So the small room inhibited his freedom of movement. He couldn't move around properly because the room was so small. He was really angry, but he inhibited his impulse to shout. Okay, he held it in check. A rust inhibitor or an inhibitor slows the oxidation of a machine or a mechanism. It inhibits oxidation. It suppresses it. We also very often use this word to inhibit, or the adjective inhibited, to talk about a person. Something that makes you feel self-conscious and restrained. You're not free to be your happy, normal self. So, in class, very often students feel inhibited and they don't ask questions because they're afraid they're going to look stupid in front of the class. Okay, they feel inhibited. The presence of other people inhibits them. So this is talking about the lack of free expression. Imagine with your girlfriend and you're on your own with her and there's nobody about, so you're kissing and cuddling. But if you were in the presence of her mother, you might feel much more inhibited about this, yeah? So you'd act in a more socially acceptable way. Okay? So the mother's presence inhibits you. The demonstrators felt inhibited by the police presence. They didn't feel quite so free to act because they were worried they were going to be arrested. So if somebody is inhibited, they feel self-conscious and they feel they can't react or react in a normal, relaxed way, in the way that they normally behave. So you feel inhibited. You don't really want to do it. Okay, inhibit comes from inhabere. Habere, to have or to hold. So to have in, to hold in. That's clear. Okay, to exhibit, to show, to display, to present for others to see. He took off his shirt to exhibit the tattoo that he had on his back. His pictures were exhibited in an art gallery. Okay, so to exhibit, to demonstrate, to show publicly. We can also use to exhibit, meaning to give evidence of, to demonstrate. So his hands were shaking, and this exhibited quite how nervous he was. He exhibited signs of stress. He was sweating and sounded very nervous. Stress. He was exhibiting signs of stress. So you can exhibit a type of behavior. And then you have an exhibit at a museum or a gallery or an exhibition. Yeah, an exhibit at an exhibition. It's something on show for people to see. So exhibit comes from exhabere, to have out. Yeah, have out on display. Okay, the next one is prohibit, I'm sure you all know this one. To prohibit, to forbid, by a rule or by a law. So smoking is prohibited. Or we can also use to prohibit, meaning to make impossible. So the heavy rain prohibited our walk in the countryside. Yeah? So to prohibit, to make illegal, to say you can't do that. And this one, prohabere, to have in front. This one, the etymology to me is not quite so clear. To keep in check. Okay, the final word for this video is adhibit. It means to fix to something else, to add to something else, to apply. So he adhibited his signature to the document. I guess in internet, please see the adhibited document. Now, notice this word to adhibit is incredibly formal. And I think it's probably not really used nowadays. But it's still valid. Adhibit, to have to. But to add on, to put something fixed to something else. To adhibit. And notice these are all regular verbs. Now let's look at formality for a second. To inhibit, inhibited, inhibitions. I would say this is slightly formal, maybe a 6 out of 10, but you could use this in a conversation in the pub and in a very formal framework. To exhibit. I say this is neutral formality, probably a 5. You can use it informally and very formally, so nice and flexible. Prohibit, the same. It's maybe a 5 in formality. You can use it informally or formally. And then finally this verb to adhibit, I'd probably give it an 8.5. in formality, maybe even a 9. Yeah. Informally, you can't use it. Informally, to add to fix to affix, if you like, only in the most formal of documents. So there you go. To inhibit, to hold in check, to feel inhibited. You don't feel free to act. To exhibit, to show or display for others to see. To prohibit, to forbid, you can't do that. And to adhibit, to fix to add to something else, to adjoin, if you like. So, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Inhibit, exhibit, prohibit, adhibit.